Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Thank you for the donut, elevator lady. And now we're right where we left off in Forsaken Castle Painhurst. Sorry, Canehurst. I'm always getting that wrong. More ghosts? Not a problem. I ain't afraid of no ghosts, unless they have knives. You're gonna see an attack in this video that they didn't do in the last one, where they can just stick you with that knife and get you caught in a getting stabbed animation. It is exacerbated by certain attacks that coincide with it, that certain enemies can do, where you know, that immobilize you, however briefly, that allow them to just shank you with it. Like that attack right there. You see that brand that's on our head? That's from this guy. This guy's got a fucking blowgun, and he blows darts at you. But I think, if they brand you? I don't know. Yeah, one of them did the stabbing thing. Probably the one with the... Yeah, I don't know. But I got tag teamed. You know why? Because I wasn't wearing the top hat. That was the problem. That was the issue. Now it's gonna go great. They also were doing that scream thing where they have, where blood shoots from their necks. That, I think with these ladies, that just kind of riles up the ones in the vicinity, because they did all come after me. Another type of ghost lady we're gonna see it in a little bit, has a different effect to her blood scream. That is, it's not fun. You don't want it to happen to you. Ow! Stop hitting me while I'm hitting you. Anyway, yeah. I maybe shouldn't have made a beeline for this guy with the blowgun, because then there were a ton of ladies all around me. And there still are, but this time I'm gonna be smart about it and disengage. I mean, get stabbed, and then disengage. And then use the height to my advantage. Just like Obi-Wan Kenobi in the new hit Disney Plus series Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's right, Anakin, I have the high ground, which means I automatically win. Thank you. Yeah, so those guys with the darts they shoot at you, it leaves that brand on your head for a while, so I don't know if they're like branded, Canehurst branded darts. But getting hit by one, it doesn't do much damage, but it does stop you in your tracks for the split second. And that split second might be the difference between life and death. There's also this pistol. It's called Evelyn. Scales more with blood tinge than the Hunter pistol. Requires more blood tinge to use, even. So, if you're heavy on blood tinge, this is a flat-out upgrade to the Hunter pistol. I am not using much blood tinge, so... in the words of the great philosopher Shania Twain, that don't impress me much. The Bloody Crow of Canehurst uses the Evelyn, and he also uses a weapon that I think you can buy... Also, people like putting notes next to spaces that you can't pass through where they call you a fatty. It's, yeah. It is what it is. Got tricked again. Me and my inquisitiveness. I think... I forget what triggers the ability to buy the Bloody Crow's weapon in the shop. But his weapon is called the Chikage. It is a katana that, in its trick form, draws more power from the user's blood. But not in like a blood-tinged way, in like it gets buffed attacks that like shoot blood everywhere, but it also steadily drains your health. Which for me means it sucks. So, I discovered that on my last playthrough. I was like, oh, this weapon is cool as fuck. And then I tried using it, I was like, what happened to my... Like, I tried out the trick, and I was like, oh, this is cool. And then I put the trick away, and I looked up at my health, and I was like, why is half of my health gone? I'm in the hunter's dream. I'm like, well, there's nothing here that can hurt me. And I actually read the item description. I was like, oh, it hurts you while you use it. Now that's just silly. There's even an exploit in the Bloody Crow fight where you can like you can kind of abuse his AI to like trick him into following you to an invisible wall that he can't cross, and sort of manipulate his AI so that he has the Chikage tricked for a long period of time, so he will just drain his own health. That combined with just throwing poison knives at him, with the occasional numbing mist to stop him from healing, is a pretty good way to cheese that mini-boss. But as I've found, the best way to cheese the Bloody Crow of Canehurst is to get Eileen the Crow killed before you even have to fight him, so that way you don't have to fight him at all. He also does the quick step a lot, like the old Hunter Bone quick step, so he dodges around all the time. Man, I hate that guy. The whole weapon that drains your health when you use its special attribute reminds me of the LJN-published Wolverine game for the NES, where you're just going around punching stuff, but you can hit, like, the select button to take out your claws, which, like, it's a Wolverine game. Of course you want to use your claws, because he's fucking Wolverine. But every time you use the claws, you lose some health, at which point, it's like, what is even the point? He's fucking Wolverine. Why would you not want to use the claws? And also, he's like, isn't he... He's not invincible, but he has, like, the healing, you know... He heals quicker than other people? Why would using the claws hurt him? I imagine it was, like, maybe, like, a game balance issue, like they didn't want people to rely on the claws too much. But, like, you're making a Wolverine game. Give people the goddamn claws. Why would you do that? It is unthinkable to me. Anyway, I kind of feel that way about the Chikage too, but hey, you know, you don't have to use it. Now these ladies, with their heads in their hands, they have a screen where blood shoots out of their open necks. And if you're in the radius of that screen, might be how long you're in there, or just like a, being within range when it happens, you get stuck in place. You can't move, which will let another lady come up and stab you in the gut. Like so. Like so. So you gotta be careful. These two are really working in tandem. You gotta be pretty close, or stay pretty close for a while, in order to actually get caught in the screen radius. Like there, I was going towards her, but I didn't have iframes. because I wasn't really dodging when it sort of activated, so I got caught there. But luckily there was no one around to shank me. And here, another arcane hunter tool. The Executioner's Gloves. Passed from Executioner father to Executioner son, these gloves can be used to summon wrathful spirits of the past by smearing them with blood. It is said the nobles found immeasurable delight in the dances of these vengeful specters. Here's President Grixon again, here with a demonstration of the gloves. Okay, somehow it missed the doll, but... Yep, you shoot out these cool little red, ghost skull guys that hurt stuff. It's pretty neat. The boss of this area is gonna use some similar things at us, so... Know thy enemy. And what else do we got? Some Canehurst, local fashion. Canehurst Way is a mix of nostalgia and bombast. They take great pride even in the blood-stained corpses of beasts they leave behind, confident they will stand as examples of decadent art. This is me forgetting where the shortcut is, and then realizing, oh, it's not in this room at all. I have to go out here on the railing and climb over this awning, and then get on this railing, and go in here to unlock it. And not only is this a shortcut back to where we just were with the staircase, it's also actually the way forward. Unfortunately, I didn't realize that quickly enough. But yeah, the bookcase that was just moved has the ladder up to the next level on it. Which I only realized when I came here and saw it. Like, oh, that's right. I love a good safe space. Yeah, you know what? That is a message. You're right, my man. It's also, if you notice any of the messengers with these notes from other people, you know, if they look a little different, that's what giving your messengers clothes at the stump in the dream does. It affects the way your messengers look to other players. So some of the ones we've been seeing have hats, some of them have, like, blood all over their scalps. If you talk to Father Gascoigne's daughter again after beating him in the boss fight and finding her mother dead, you can send her to... You can either send her to the clinic or the chapel. If you send her to the chapel, she'll never make it there because she goes down into that tunnel right outside Gascoigne's boss room with the big pig, and the pig eats her. And you find her little white... the little white ribbon that she wore stained with blood. So I didn't do that because it would be a huge fucking downer, but... if you get that ribbon, you can put it on your messengers and make them look pretty. So, in the midst of death, we are in life, and vice versa. That guy had a Canehurst wig on him to complete your outfit, but it spawns, picking it up spawns in these two guys, so... If, unlike me, you're not good at fighting them, don't pick up that wig. Or at least get the hell out of there after you do. Great job, Kate. You look fetching in that top hat, by the way. Resembles a ponytail of silver hair. I'm gonna take issue with that, because it doesn't really look like a ponytail? More of a feather in the cap. Literally just a cap and a feather, it seems like. Would not even call that a wig. If a bald man wore that, I would not call it a wig. I would call it... I would call it macaroni, is what I would call it. This part always feels more like an exploit to me. Like, it feels like I'm messing around on parts of the level geometry I shouldn't be able to get to, but it's the way forward. Yeah, and we're getting higher levels of Cold Blood now. When I first picked up a Frenzied Cold Blood in this game, my first time, I knew what Frenzy was at that point, and I was like, if I use this, is it gonna hurt me? Am I gonna Frenzy? And like, no. Just gives you blood echoes. It's just called that sort of for flavor, and also to be like, you know, whoever dropped it probably died of Frenzy. Anyway, time for madness. I wonder what's past here.